Today is Friday, September 6th, 2019, and it's a pretty sad day for me. I wanna start this video off by saying a couple things. One, thank you so much for all of the support. I appreciate all of you so much, and I truly find so much passion in doing this and in film and in vlogging in general, and just appreciate you a ton. So, and then the second thing is this video is not to gain sympathy. This video is not to try to make you feel bad about me and my family and my situation. This video is to explain to the people that are important in my life, especially the people that I've just met in college. Most of the people back home already know, but for those of you that don't know the story, at least from my perspective, this is it. So just take this all as a way to explain and to tell my kind of story in what is the most important day of my life, which happened to be 3 years ago today. My dad passed away of colon cancer. My freshman year, I was really excited. I decided to play football, and I was the only freshman to suit up for the varsity team, which was a really big honor to me and really special to me, and I was super appreciative of it. And so we played our first home game. I don't remember the outcome of the game, but I remember going to my mom's car, and something kind of seemed off about her and my dad, and they seemed a little just kind of bent out of shape about something, but I couldn't tell what it was, and at first I thought that I had done something wrong. And then we got home, and me and my parents and my little brother and little sister all sat down, and my dad revealed that he had been called earlier that day by a doctor and was told that he had stage 4 colon cancer. This was in early September of my freshman year, and that was a big shock to us because aside from, being somewhat of a middle-class family, we hadn't struggled with a ton of things in our life. We hadn't had a lot of adversity. He had always been working. My mom was a stay-at-home mom. She was doing an amazing job at it. So this was a really big deal for us. And so we didn't really know how to react to it. I think we were all a little scared. I know I was. But I was also very hopeful for what was about to happen, and I think that he was going, or I thought that he was going to beat it, and I think we all thought that, and we all had hope. And then things started going really well. He was doing chemo, the cancer cell count was going down. At one point it was super low that we thought that he had beat it. We were super happy and really proud of him, and it had taken a giant toll on him. But what really surprised me was his ability to continue his everyday life. I know he continued working for a little bit. He would coach youth lacrosse as well as high school lacrosse on days or days after, doing chemo treatment, which is crazy to think that someone would sit through all of that pain and just feel like absolute crap and still go out and decide to coach and follow through on his commitments. That's a really big point of emphasis for me as something that I look back on and reflect. His, attitude towards everything. It was early spring and things were looking really good. We had gotten through the winter. He was doing great in chemo. He had lost a lot of weight, but that's kind of what happens. Your body's fighting and things happen. But he was the cancer cell count was getting really low, and we thought that we were we were finally going to be out of the woods and things were going to be better. And then I don't know what actually happened, but I know that some doctors changed some stuff up in the chemo that he was taking, and it started to not work as well, and the cancer cell count started to come back a little bit. And that was not good at all. And so going into the summer, things were looking really bad. He had to be on painkillers, which turned him kind of loopy, and that was frustrating to be around sometimes, as sad as that sounds. I would go on lacrosse tournaments with me and my brother, and he would come and watch, and that was a really big deal for me. I remember the last place he watched me play a lacrosse game was in Bend, Oregon, which is a really big deal for me, and whenever I go there or am coaching there, it's a pretty special place for me, that field. And things just started to really deteriorate. He was in a wheelchair for a little bit. He was really loopy. He was on constant pain meds, and it just seemed like his quality of life was not where it should have been. And so the tough decision that my mom made was to put him in hospice, and that basically means that you try to make his life as best as it can before it ends. And he was in a hospital, local hospital, and he was just kind of on pain meds. People would come and visit him. People would check up on us, and that's one of the things I really want to emphasize, is that we had an amazing support system right off the bat. Lots of families cooking meals for us, giving us food, lots of families donating to us and giving us money. And then I remember the day pretty well. We were back to school shopping, me and my siblings. One of a family friend took us and was paying for it, and they were amazing. And then they were like, "You want to go say hi to your dad?" And I was like, "Absolutely." And we walked in and we went and said hi to him, and we just kind of talked about what we had gotten for school. We told him we loved him and that we'd see him tomorrow. And then the first day of school happened, and I had gotten through 5 periods, and at the end of 5th period I'd been called down to the office, and I kind of had in the back of my mind some idea of what had happened, but it wasn't really confirmed for me until the principal of our school personally walked me down to the office. And I remember trying to make small talk with him, and I think that he was very smart to not engage in that and just say, a lot of things are about to change, so just remember these moments, and I appreciate him a lot for that. And then I walked into the office, and my mom was there crying, and she said that he was gone. And that was really tough for me and my family in general, mostly just because you realize that nothing's ever going to be the same. And for me, it kind of signified a switch of, the childhood is kind of over. I got to step up and start doing things, and start being the man of the house, and start being responsible, and making sure that everyone else around me and my family was okay. My mom took me home. At home there were a lot of friends and family just mourning and sad, and we waited for the kids to get out of school to tell them, and they came home and they were crying. It was just a really sad day, and it was really rough for the next couple of months to a year. I mean, I think my family dealt with it all in their own different ways. I know that I chose to really just kind of push it to the side, and I regret that decision to this day, because I'm still dealing with every once in a while just kind of this sadness, and just, I don't know. My sister was really sad, and she was daddy's little girl, and that was really rough for her. My brother didn't really respond any way that I could have imagined. He was very quiet, and that kind of scared me. And my mom just was dealing with her own things, and yeah, it was a really rough time, and yeah, but 3 years later, I think he'd be pretty proud of where we've all come from and what we've become. I think he's really proud of me for getting to college and to being successful in whatever I choose to do. I think he'd be really proud of my siblings and my mom for handling it and dealing with it so well, and just being amazing supporters of each other. Yeah, and I think this year is gonna be kind of rough because I'm not home with the family. But yeah, so that's kind of the story for the people that didn't know. I'm sorry that this one was kind of a sad video, but I think that it's something that is really integral to who I am today, and I wanted to put it out there for especially all the new people that I'm meeting right now that don't quite know me or know my history. Thank you so much to all of the supporters, not just on YouTube, but all of the amazing family, friends, and friends in general that have gotten me through these years. If I didn't have you guys, I don't know where I would have been. Thank you to all of the new people that I'm meeting. You guys are really special to me, and I appreciate you all, even though we've only known each other for less than 2 weeks. But yeah, that's it. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.